Hi, this is Ken with Ken's Perfect Jams, and today I have a nice frozen treat for you. I'm going to show you how to make jam popsicles. It is summer right now, but I live in Southern California, so it's always kind of warm here. And a frozen treat is always welcome. The great thing about this is it doesn't make that many, so depending on the size of your popsicle mold, it'll depend on the size of your popsicle mold, how many you get out of this. This is a brand new popsicle mold for me. I think I'm going to get 2. That's why I have 2 out. And let me just talk you through this to show you how let me talk you through this to show you how it's going to go. As always, if you'd like to follow along and make this with me in real time, the bottom in the description box of this video, there's a link to the recipe. So print out the recipe and assemble your ingredients, which I'll go over now so that you know what you need. You only need 3 ingredients for this. And the milk is out here to remind you, yes, you need milk. Milk, milk. And the milk is also out here as a reminder to me to tell you, because I know the question is going to come up, it doesn't have to be dairy cow milk. It can be any milk that you want to drink. It can be almond milk, it can be oat milk, it can be coconut milk, it could be soy milk. Whatever works for you will actually work in this recipe. This recipe is very malleable. This recipe is very forgiving. Sort of the same with the sweetener. It will work best with cane sugar. If you use something else like stevia or coconut sugar, it's not going to freeze the same. It will freeze, but some sweeteners it will separate. Some sweeteners it'll be a little grainy. With cane sugar, it's going to be nice and smooth and creamy. So you just have to figure out what's important to you. In my mind, sometimes, you know, a treat is a treat, so treat it like a treat. And remember, even if you're trying to cut your sugar here, jam has regular sugar in it. So it's however you want to play it. Anyway, so why don't you assemble your ingredients, and I'll be right back to show you how to do this. The first step, the first thing you need to do is to melt or liquefy your jam. Normally I would do this on a stovetop, but I was talking to my nephew the other day, and we were talking about doing this in the dorm room, and I wanted to show you that something like this would actually be feasible someplace other than a kitchen. So I am going to punt. We're not going to use the stovetop for this. I'm actually going to melt the jam in the microwave. So you need 4 tablespoons of jam, which is approximately a half a jar of my jams, which is what you should be using for this recipe. Okay? Anyway, that's 4 tablespoons. Well, actually, it's not really 4 tablespoons. It's 4 ounces of. It's 4 ounces of jam, which is a half a jar of jam. I'm just using a tablespoon and it just happened to work out that I was able to get it out in 4 tablespoons. But it is a half a jar of jam. We're going to melt this in the microwave, and then I'll be back to show you the rest of it. It really is going to be as simple as taking the melted jam and mixing it into the milk with the sugar, and then we're going to pour it into the molds, and we'll be done. Well, except for the freezer and the eating. But anyway, let me melt this jam and I'll be right back. And we're back. Did you miss me? So I'm just stirring to get most of the lumps out. If there's a lump or two of jam, I actually think that's kind of neat because it's like a little piece of fruit. And with these jams, there will be chunks of fruit. So it's not going to be completely smooth, but that's part of the beauty of this in my mind. Wait, this is a little hot, so I'm going to use the whisk to just get some air in here real quick. Actually, at this point, I'm going to mix the sugar in with this because it'll help cool it down a little bit. Okay. So we've got the sugar fully incorporated into the jam, using a whisk to help aerate it a bit. And now it's going to be as simple as mixing the jam into the milk. And you want all that jammy goodness, so I would scrape out the bowl or your saucepan if you did this on the stovetop. Move our little dirties out of the way. And now we're going to whisk this up and get this nice and mixed together. It's that simple. Now we're going to pour this into our molds. Oh, it's gonna make more than 2. Okay, excuse me for a moment while I awkwardly reach down and get a few more molds. There we go, we ended up with 4 actually. So I'm going to snap the lids on. I'm going to stick these in the freezer overnight, and we'll come back in the morning, pull them out, and have a nice frozen treat. Maybe late morning we can have them as a nice frozen treat with lunch or something. Anyway, in the oven, in the freezer, these go overnight. It's the next day. We're back with the popsicles. Like with most popsicle molds, you need to run it under warm water in order to get it to come out of the mold. I ran this one under warm water, and it should come loose. We're gonna have to run it a little bit more. I might have to. No, actually it's coming. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna run it underwater a little bit more. That is in there. I'll be right back. Okay, let's try this again. I have a towel this time too. Okay, that worked. And there you go. Our popsicle that is beautiful. And you can see the flecks of fruit from the jam. It's one of the reasons why I love using jam to do something like this. And God, that's good. That is really good. I'm glad there's 4. And yes, I will share with Ryan. But there you have it, jam popsicles. They're really, really simple. If you like what you see here, click on the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and magically we will pop into your box every Wednesday when we drop a new video. And you can see us do more magical fun things like this. Oh, sorry, it's warm and it's really good. Anyway, this is Ken from Ken's Perfect Jams. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.